Welcome back, guys, to another video, man. Today we got shoulders. We got a little bit of arms as well, you know. It's gonna be a good day. Yesterday was a rest day for me. I didn't really film yesterday because it was a rest day. The only thing I focused on was getting proper sleep, eating enough calories. Right now I'm at around 4,000 calories a day. The lean bulk is going crazy, trying to get per pound body weight protein, or at least 200 grams of protein a day. I still take no supplements. Literally woke up, I just have water with me here. I got some extra water with me here. No tea, no nothing, you know. I don't need caffeine. I can go and train. This is what I gotta do. Today we got shoulders. It's a lighter shoulder day. It's gonna be a good day. Last night I slept, but not enough. I was tracking my sleep and I noticed I just wasn't able to sleep because my brain was on. I'm pretty sure a lot of us have this issue, like when we have so many things going on in our life or so many things that we want to do, our brain just stays on and we're like constantly moving and doing, you know? And there's nothing wrong with that, but I need to learn how to turn my brain off when it's time to sleep. Even when I'm sleeping, you know, and I take one turn, my brain immediately turns on and I'm like, okay, go mode. The only reason why I don't really get super tired is because I am conditioned to really keep moving, you know. And I want to thank all the gods and all the angels for giving me that blessing right here, that gift, that I don't really get tired like that. Even when I get tired, I tend to move, but at the same time, as a blessing, it also might be a curse in a way, because there's times that I'm not actually resting, you know. But I have to know how to rest. With that being said, man, today's gonna be a lighter shoulder session. We're gonna focus a lot on my weak points because I'm still trying to overhead press 2 plates, which is 225 pounds, with no belt, no gear, or nothing. Stay tuned, it's gonna be a good session. Let's go and train. I started training the close grip variation on the Swiss bar for my overhead press because I noticed my overhead pressing was not getting any stronger, meaning whatever I was doing is definitely not working, right? So when you're doing something and you see it's not working, you gotta switch it up. But before you switch it up, you gotta give it time. Don't just jump from one program to the other. Give it at least 3 months. At least 3 months, you know, 2 months to 3 months, give it some time, because let me tell you, the more stronger you're getting, it gets harder. It really does get harder. You gotta like punch in the correct numbers, the right RPE, whatever it is that you're training on, and you got to be so accurate with it, you know. And you got to also understand recovery plays a big role. A lot of us don't talk about freaking recovery. For me, I'm not only trying to recover, but I'm also trying to make sure that I'm not getting injured, because I don't want to get injured, man. The last thing I want is getting injured again, and then it's going to stop my progress. But anyways, I started focusing on the close grip variation on the Swiss bar overhead press. Really difficult, you know, it was really tough. I ended up doing 4 sets of 6 reps. I had around 145 pounds. I want to see how much I can push on the closer grip, but at the same time, I got to make sure that my elbow health are good, because my elbow health is really important. I do heavy weighted dips, heavy weighted chin-ups, heavy weighted pull-ups, and I do overhead pressing a lot. So the elbow joints are getting beat up. I gotta make sure that they're on point. So after doing my overhead pressing, I went and did dumbbells. So right here in the video, you guys are gonna see me doing full ranges of motion on the dumbbell shoulder press. A lot of people will say you can stop at 90 degrees when you overhead pressing, especially on the dumbbells, or you can stop at little above 90 degrees. For me, go all the way. Have the dumbbells do like a slight touch on your tap, like a slight tap on your shoulders, and go. Because why not train the full range of motion? You know, I don't really get it. Why not do that? You know, a lot of us, we're gym bros, we go to the gym, yet we're doing half-ass on the reps. It doesn't make sense to me, you know? Why do that? Yeah, right? And then one thing leads to another, and then when you get injured, you see you freaking tore a muscle just because you didn't train the proper form and full range of motion. And keep in mind, guys, whenever you're training full range of motion, that extra inch that you're going, that extra half inch that you're going, it does make the rep harder, let's face it, right? But at the same time, you are gonna be building a lot of muscle because you're tearing the muscle group. Okay, this is simple, basic science. Everybody knows this. Tear the muscle, build it up, rest, come back, get stronger, you know? So I started doing the dumbbell pressing. I've always done it like that, actually. Full range of motion, high reps again. I only did 3 sets right here because, again, on the shoulder press that I started off, close grip, I did 4 sets. So right here with the dumbbell, I only did 3 sets. Right after that, this is another new lift that I added to the mix. It's like a rear delt row, if you want to call it. I'm kind of like flaring my elbows just a little bit extra. and I was really focusing on the rear delt pull. Oh man, my upper back muscles, I felt it, but mainly I felt my rear delts, you know. And the rear delt muscle is so funny, you know. You need to do it in such a way, like you gotta be so perfect when you're trying to train rear delts, so that way your biceps doesn't take over, your back muscles doesn't take over. You can literally focus on the rear delt muscle just by itself. For me, when I stand tall, when I stand tall and I'm trying to like flex and pose or whatever, I notice my shoulders are lagging, my arms are lagging, my forearms are lagging, my calves, you know, and I need to build these muscles up. So that means I need to hit a lot of volume on these lagging muscle groups. So right here, I ended up doing super high sets, super high reps, 3 sets of 20 reps actually on the rows. I just did the first set with 25 pounds, and I felt the burn, but it was kind of easy. I still went too close to failure, and on the last 3 sets, I ended up doing it with 30 pounds. Man, those 20 reps are the hardest reps of my life. I was really pulling it, and my rear delts were burning. I highly recommend you guys trying this rear delt row, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. I didn't do face pulls today. I wanted to take a break from face pulls, but I ended up doing the rear delt row. Also, guys, I also trained the glute ham raise. You know, the GHR, I think that's what it's called, glute ham raise. Yeah, GHR. My goal is to be able to do strict reps. I did 3 sets of 15 reps, and it was tough, man. I was really pulling, man. It was so tough. I was breaking a lot on my hips, like you guys will be able to see in the video. I was definitely breaking at my hips, but it's okay, you know, like doing it for the first time, haven't done this for so long. I'm kind of glad that my gym bought this machine. This machine in and of itself is going to help me get so much stronger on my squats, on my RDLs, even if you're doing deadlifts. A lot of lifters, they tend to have problems on their knees, you know, like when they're squatting, they have knee problem, whatever. For me, I don't wear any gear when I'm squatting. Never have worn any gear, and by the grace of God, I hope I never have to wear any gear. My knees are strong, right? I do full ranges of motion, lunges. I do a lot of hamstring curls. If you're having knee pain, you need to train your hamstrings. Your hamstrings need to be on freaking point. If your hamstrings are not on point, you are gonna notice a lot of problems, a lot of discomfort. When you're trying to squat and get lower, you're gonna notice immediately a lot of pain. So why not do that? You know, a lot of us, we tend to focus on the front muscle groups so much. Like all we're doing is benching and pressing so much, but we're not focusing on how we look from the back, right? Meaning you have to do your pull-ups, you have to do enough rows, enough face pulls. Your rowing volume should surpass your pushing volume. All right, remember, your rowing volumes should surpass your pushing volumes. Like the glute ham raise machine is also a pull, right? Pull. My pulling volume has to surpass my pushing volume. Simple, basic. Just keep in mind when you guys are doing this, because these things are, I don't know why nobody talks about this. You know, in the gym bro community, all we talk about is getting the pump, taking steroids, and just getting jacked up. What about us natties? Us naturals, we need to take a different route. We need to take a completely different approach. You know, when we're training, we can't train like somebody who's on roids. We can't train like them. You and I can't. We cannot do that. Don't follow their routine. You can listen to their advice, but it's not going to be super valid as much, you know, because someone on steroids compared to someone who's natty, so different. Again, I don't want to shit on anyone who's taking steroids and everything. If that's how you want to go about with things, then go ahead, great. Be open and honest about it, but the expectations in terms of performance is going to be so different for us natties compared to someone who's on steroids. For me, I want to raise the natty bar. I want to be strong as hell. I want to get as strong as I possibly can, and I have to push myself. I have to push myself. No excuses. But yeah, also another thing I noticed is I need to add a little bit more taste to my weaknesses. Like, for example, my arms. Today for triceps, I did skull crushers. I've never done skull crushers my whole life. Never. All I did was a lot of cable stuff and everything. So I told myself, let's do some skull crushers. I did 100 pounds, 3 to 4 sets of 10 reps. Hardest 10 reps of my life. My triceps were burning. The very last set, which was the 5th set if you want to call it, I did like a burnout set. I dropped the weight and just did an arm wrap. When you're doing skull crushers, a lot of us might notice that you might get a lot of elbow pain. I understand that. You might actually have a lot of elbow pain, but give your body a chance to heal and recover and come back stronger, you know? Yes, when you're experiencing pain, don't go as hard, you know? Let the blood flow through your joints, flow through your muscle, let it recover, but give it some time before you completely eliminate the muscle, completely eliminate the exercise, you know? For me, I did the skull crushers. This is the first time I'm ever doing it. I felt a little bit discomfort on my elbows right here, but at the same time, what I'm feeling is the same thing I feel when I'm overhead pressing, right? That means it's an indicator that my elbow joints, they're healing, but at the same time I need to be a little careful because certain exercises might flare up a certain pain that you might have. So you got to keep an eye on what's going on in your body, you know? I'm not saying that when I go home and tomorrow when I wake up I'm going to have elbow pain or anything, because I don't have any type of discomfort, nothing. Maybe when I'm training the lift in and of itself I might feel something, but once I'm in 1 or 2 sets in, it just goes away. I don't even feel nothing at all because there's proper blood flow, I'm warmed up properly, and I really take my time when I'm doing my reps, you know? I'm not trying to rush nothing. I'm really trying to focus on good quality reps, no ego lifting, none of that, you know? To me it's just like, it's like no point, depending on what you're doing for ego lifting, you know? So this is the first time I'm doing skull crushers. I need to have when I flare my elbows like this, I want my triceps to look like horseshoes, you know? I need to bring up that tricep a lot more. I need to have some thick, juicy triceps. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of different variations for my triceps. Stay tuned. You guys are gonna see a lot of things, which is why another reason why I need to hit triceps really hard is because if I want to overhead press 2 plates and incline bench press 3 plates, I need to have strong triceps. Like my triceps need to be freaking strong. Zero excuses. So my whole entire training that I train, my whole entire session, everything that I train as, I really try to focus on weak points, and at the same time I try to see what exactly my goals are, you know, and where am I buffering, where am I hitting the wall, you know? By the grace of God, I haven't been hitting massive walls in terms of any of my lifts, because every time I come in, I'm breaking some type of rep PR, something that I have in mind. I'm breaking it every single time I come in. But in the past month and a half, when I noticed my overhead press is not getting any stronger, that's when I started changing my stuff up just a little bit more, you know? My routine also changed. And at the same time, I added an arm day. So let's see what happens, you know? Let's see what happens. I'm not only focusing on bodybuilding, but I'm also focusing on my strength goals as well, right? Because I want to be strong. I don't want to just look good. I don't want to be the guy who looks good and jacked but is weak. I want to overhead press somebody's squat. So this was my workout for today, lighter chest day. The only one lift that I didn't do was a side rear delt raise, but I'm okay with that. I really didn't want to do it, and at the same time I didn't have much time. So that was the only thing I missed out on, the side rear delt raises, but it's okay. I'm gonna come back, train. Tomorrow I have back, so tomorrow I'm gonna be, you guys are gonna see me, but I'm training my back. You guys are gonna see me do a lot of side delt, something for side delts. With that being said, guys, I hope you guys could take away a lot of good things from today's workout. Train really hard, train really smart. Don't be arrogant, don't ego lift, eat the right food, allow your body to recover, and get freaking jacked, man. Get freaking jacked. That's it. Just train and get jacked. Mind your business and just get jacked. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, watching my videos. I want to grow the channel, but I can't do it alone, of course. Yeah, right now I'm gonna go home. Can't wait to eat the first meal. It's kind of late. Last night I couldn't sleep, so I had like 2 hours of sleep, and man, right now I kind of have a migraine, and it's just a little hard, you know. But I'm drinking enough water. I'm drinking a lot of water. When I go home, nice shower, and I'm gonna have the first meal. And I know I'm gonna feel better, but also tonight I gotta sleep. Gotta catch up on sleep. Oh. Yeah, with that being said, guys, I'll see you all in my next video, man. Stay tuned. There's better things coming for all of us, you know. Stay tuned and train really hard. Train really hard.